The battlefield was a graveyard of dreams. The smoking ruins of the alien metropolis flickered with red and blue flames as the Earth Federation forces pulled back, their wounded soldiers carried out on gurneys or not at all. The night sky above the scorched land of Virelia III was riddled with stars, and falling debris from the shattered Virelian mothership, now a hollow husk in orbit. Commander Jason Rourke stumbled through the rubble, blood streaming down the side of his face, searching for one final signal. The last life form detected before comms went dead had pinged on his HUD just 20 meters ahead. He didn't know why he cared, only that the voice from the scrambled transmission hadn't sounded hostile. It sounded like a cry for help. He found her beneath the collapsed tower. She was sprawled against a support beam, her violet armor cracked, her breathing shallow, a thin trail of iridescent blood glistening down her side. Her face was concealed beneath a silver mask, her long raven-black hair matted with ash and blood. Jason froze. He recognized the markings on her chest plate. This was no ordinary soldier. She was a shadow envoy, the most dangerous class of Virelian assassin, bred and trained to dismantle entire units of enemy forces with precision, stealth, and lethal grace. Her body alone had probably killed dozens of humans in this war. She shouldn't have hesitated to slit his throat the moment he came close. But she didn't move. Instead, her glowing eyes behind the mask met his with something he hadn't expected. Fear. Pain. "Please," she whispered, voice trembling. I don't want to die alone." Jason lowered his rifle. He knelt beside her, stunned by the raw emotion in her voice. "I shouldn't help you," he muttered. "You're one of them. You killed my people." She coughed, her blood shimmering like mercury in the firelight. "I was told you were all monsters too. But you stayed. You could have left me." Jason stared at her, confused and conflicted. In her hand she still held a weapon, but she didn't raise it. Instead she clutched her side, trembling. "It hurts. I can't breathe." Jason scanned her wound. Shrapnel. Alien physiology wasn't his specialty, but he knew enough to see it was fatal. "I don't even know your name," he said quietly. She coughed again. "There's no time. But before I go," her hand reached up, weakly touching the side of her mask. She gripped his arm. "Please, remove it, and you'll finally know who I really am." Jason hesitated. The mask was sacred among the Virelians. None of them ever revealed their true faces in battle. For one to ask him this meant something deeper than tradition. He placed his hand over hers and nodded. Slowly, carefully, he lifted the mask. What he saw left him breathless. Beneath the metallic veil was not the monstrous visage he expected. There were no fangs, no grotesque features. Just a woman. Young. Barely older than 20. Her skin shimmered faintly under the light. Her eyes, no longer glowing, were wide and filled with tears. They were human. Not just metaphorically. Literally. His blood ran cold. "You're a human." She gave him the faintest smile. "Not quite. My name is Ilara. I was born on Earth, but raised by the Virelians. Stolen during the First Contact War. They thought I could be their weapon, their bridge to understand humanity. So they trained me, reprogrammed me. For years, I believed I was one of them." Jason stared at her, mind racing. "This can't be real. My DNA was modified, but my heart was always torn." Her hand touched his chest. "Until I saw you. On the field. You spared the wounded. Even when you didn't have to. I remembered what compassion looked like." Jason's breath caught. "You saved me from being a weapon," she whispered. And I wanted you to see me, not as an assassin, but as Ilara. Just Ilara. Tears welled in his eyes as he held her. But why now? He choked. Why die here? She looked up at the sky. Because I disobeyed them. I tried to stop the bloodshed. I warned your fleet of the final strike. I wanted peace. Jason froze. The intercepted message, he whispered. The anonymous warning. Ilara smiled faintly. I knew they'd come for me after that. So I stayed behind. She closed her eyes. But I'm glad you found me first. Jason held her tighter, his heart pounding. No, you're not dying. We can get you back to the cruiser. We have medics. Her hand fell limply from his chest. Ilara! She didn't respond. But then, softly, he felt it. Pulse. Faint. Low. But there. Hope sparked in his chest. With trembling hands, he activated his comms. This is Commander Rourke. I have a survivor. Human Virelian hybrid. Critical condition. I need an evac now. The response crackled through the static. Affirmative, Commander. Drop zone in 2 minutes. Jason looked down at her peaceful face. Her features were calm now, lips parted slightly, as if waiting for the next breath. I'm not letting you die, he whispered. Not after everything. Weeks later, Ilara stood at the edge of the Earth Embassy garden, a scarf wrapped loosely around her shoulders. The sky above was clear, the sun warm on her skin, so different from the sterile halls of the Virelian temples. She turned as Jason approached, carrying 2 cups of coffee. I still don't like this stuff, she teased. He grinned. You'll learn. It's a human rite of passage. They sat together on the bench, silence falling comfortably between them. The war was over. Ilara's testimony and intelligence had exposed the Virelian Council's final genocide plans. Her voice, both alien and human, had been the bridge needed to broker peace. She had saved billions. Jason looked at her, his voice soft. Do you regret taking off the mask? She shook her head. No, 'cause now, I finally know who I really am too. He reached for her hand. They sat like that for a long time. 2 survivors. 2 souls from different worlds. Brought together by war. United by something far more powerful. Oh,